Hello everyone! Over the past 2 weeks, we've seen a string of cargo ship fire zone after another, causing hundreds of millions of dollars in damages and casting a dark cloud over the global shipping industry. In this video, we're breaking down the 3 most recent and serious ship fire incidents. Let's take a closer look. Most recent incident happened on the 18th of June at 1:14 a.m. Dubai time. The Liberia-flagged VLCC Front Eagle, carrying a full load of Iraqi crude oil, collided with the Suezmax tanker Adeline, flagged under Antigua and Barbuda. Sparks from the collision ignited fires on both vessels. The flames aboard Front Eagle were quickly brought under control, but Adeline suffered a much more intense blaze, resulting in severe structural damage. At the time of the incident, there were 24 crew members on board the Adeline, all of whom were safely evacuated by the UAE Coast Guard. As of now, there's still speculation about what exactly caused the crash. Some maritime forums even suggested that a third vessel might have been involved. However, Frontline, the operator of the Front Eagle, has since denied those claims. One of the leading theories agreed upon by maritime experts is electronic interference and GPS spoofing, which may have played a major role in causing the collision. The incident occurred near the Khor Fakkan anchorage in the Gulf of Oman, a region that's become increasingly tense due to the ongoing conflict between Iran and Israel. This shipping lane carries nearly 20% of the world's oil supply, making it an extremely sensitive zone. Experts believe that GPS spoofing may have altered the autopilot route of the Front Eagle, leading directly to the collision. However, Frontline, the company that operates the tanker, has publicly denied this explanation, stating that AIS interference had no role in the incident. Adding to the mystery, Adeline has been accused of operating within Russia's so-called shadow fleet. Oddly enough, after the crash, Frontline tried to reach out to the owner of Adeline, but couldn't find a single point of contact. The ship's listed operator is based in an old office complex in Navi Mumbai, India. The building houses various logistics firms, seafarer training centers, and ship management offices, but there's no public directory and no clear way to reach anyone in charge. The Indian company reportedly operates 2 aging tankers, Adeline, flagged under Antigua, and Carcharodon, which has been sanctioned by the UK for transporting Russian oil. Whether this was just an unfortunate maritime collision or something far more deliberate thing is clear. Adeline sustained severe damage, and it's likely the ship will never sail again. The financial loss to its true owner? Potentially massive. About a week earlier, on the 9th of June, another major fire broke out in the Baipur Ajikal area of the Arabian Sea. The incident began when the Singapore-flagged container ship Wanhai 503 was en route from Colombo to Mumbai. Around 78 nautical miles off the coast of Kerala, a massive explosion occurred on deck, hurling several containers into the sea and igniting a fierce fire. At the time of the incident, there were 22 crew members on board. 18 were rescued safely, while 4 were reported missing. Right after the explosion, the surviving crew sent out distress signals and evacuated the vessel using a lifeboat. The Indian Coast Guard deployed 3 rescue vessels and multiple support units to fight the flames. According to the latest incident report from local authorities, by the 17th of June, the fire had been mostly contained, with only a few hotspots remaining. That means the blaze continued to burn for over a week since the initial explosion. Why did it take so long? Updated cargo records show that the vessel was carrying 1,754 containers, including 143 classified as hazardous, loaded with flammable materials, explosives, and chemicals. This included IMO Class 4.1 flammable solids and IMO Class 4.2 pyrophoric organometallic substances, the kind that can ignite on contact with air and react violently with water. Fires involving these substances require specialized dry chemical powder, abbreviation is DCP, to extinguish. Standard firefighting systems simply aren't enough. Making matters worse, the ship also carried about 2,000 tons of fuel oil and 240 tons of diesel, significantly increasing the risk of further combustion. The Wanhai 503 is a mid-size container ship built in 2005, measuring 269 meters long, 32 meters wide, with a dead weight of over 51,000 tons. It's owned and operated by a Singapore-based subsidiary of the Taiwanese shipping company Wanhai Lines. As of the latest updates on the 21st of June, the ship is still drifting slowly, though it has been tethered to a tugboat. It continues to emit white smoke, and while the intensity of the fire has decreased, localized smoldering remains in isolated compartments. Rescue operations are still underway. Crews are working to install two 125 kVA generators onto Wanhai 503 via the tugboat in an effort to restore emergency power, critical for onboard fire control and internal access system. Meanwhile, Indian authorities have filed criminal charges against the ship's owner, captain, and crew, citing reckless navigation, endangering public or maritime safety, and negligent handling of hazardous and explosive materials. Although no official damage figure has been released, early estimates suggest the total economic loss from the fire, including lost cargo, fuel, emergency response, and indirect impacts, could run into the tens of millions of dollars. And the disasters didn't stop there. Another ship fire may have been just as devastating, if not worse. On the 3rd of June, the car carrier Morning Midas caught fire in the North Pacific Ocean, roughly 300 miles south of Adak, Alaska. At the time of the blaze, the ship was carrying a total of 3,159 vehicles, including 65 fully electric cars and 681 hybrids. There were 22 crew members on board, and thankfully all of them were evacuated safely. The Morning Midas, built in 2006, is a pure car and truck carrier, abbreviation is PCTC, sailing under the Liberian flag, managed by London-based Zodiac Maritime. It was on a voyage from Yantai, China to Lázaro Cárdenas, Mexico, having departed China on May 26th and scheduled to arrive in Mexico on the 15th of June. Initial reports say the crew detected smoke coming from a deck loaded with electric vehicles. They quickly activated the ship's fire suppression systems, but the blaze escalated beyond control. Faced with no other choice, the crew abandoned ship in lifeboats and were rescued by the nearby vessel Cosco Hellas. So far, no official investigation has been launched, and the exact cause of the fire remains unknown. However, investigators are expected to explore whether lithium-ion batteries, commonly used in EVs, might have triggered or fueled the fire. And as we all know, once lithium-ion batteries ignite, they're incredibly hard to extinguish. Even submerging a burning battery in water often doesn't stop the fire. According to the U.S. Coast Guard, the ship was also carrying an estimated 350 tons of liquefied gas and 1,530 tons of very low sulfur fuel oil, adding to the danger. Because of these risks, authorities opted for a cautious approach, monitoring the vessel remotely, allowing it to burn under controlled supervision. As for recovery efforts, it wasn't until the 9th of June, 6 days after the fire broke out, that a specialized vessel named Gretchen Dunlap reached the drifting ship and secured it to limit drift. Then, on the 15th of June, another firefighting tug, the Garth Foss, arrived at the scene. Fire response crews aboard Garth Foss reported, "Both thermal scans and visual inspections show no active fire on board." They also confirmed no signs of water pollution and that the ship's watertight integrity remained intact. A third ocean-going tug is expected to arrive in the coming week to assist with the next phase of recovery. This incident is expected to result in major insurance claims, with early estimates suggesting damages could exceed $80 million. Some sources even believe it could become one of the largest vehicle losses in recent history, potentially surpassing the $150 million Felicity Ace disaster of 2022. And that wraps up a truly intense couple of weeks for the global shipping industry. From chemical-laden container ships to EV-packed car carriers, these fires have not only caused massive financial losses, but also raised serious questions about maritime safety, hazardous materials, and the challenges of modern cargo transport. With more and more vessels carrying flammable cargo like lithium-ion batteries, the risks at sea are clearly evolving and fast. We'll be following these stories closely as investigations unfold, and we'll keep you updated on anything new that comes to light. If you found this video informative, make sure to like, subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. Would you feel safe working on a cargo ship today? We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay curious, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one.